Okay, so this is Catman going live at catman.tigernator. So we're going to go through a little bit of a walkthrough at the IIIIKATMANIIII, and we're going to discuss a few things. Just basically walk through it and show people that don't really play this, show them essentially what's going to need to take place in order for people to begin playing this. So give me a second real quick as I do something real quick here. Okay, yeah, that works. So, essentially, to walk through the setups, that's pretty simple. You only really need to do 6 things. So, also again, before I continue, sorry for the background noise. My air conditioner is running, so it's as low as I could possibly get it to sound, so, but I'm sure you can hear me pretty good. So, okay, to start off, the 6 things that you need to really do for the setups for the IIIIKATMANIIII is you want to gather intel. That's the first thing. I mean, there's something involved in that when you very first get the Kasatka, and that is essentially going and finding things that is relevant to getting everything prepared. So, for example, when you look at the board, the planning board, and you see the little triangles. So, for example, your infiltration points need to be like roughly about 6 out of 8. But your infiltration points, you do have to have the drainage tunnels. So it's that when you look at the very bottom of the map, you see where the compound is lit up all white. Yeah, that's El Rubio's compound. That triangle below it is the drainage tunnel. So to the right, that's a point that you could pretty much take a helicopter and have an aerial drop. A couple of these are aerial drops. I think the one on the airport, that's the one that you take with the Phelim approach. That one is very hard. Talk about harsh conditions, because the moment you start that, well, that's gonna sound the alarm, so to speak, and you have to run through, take out all the guards that are chasing after you, sneak into the compound, but you really have to break into the compound. I mean, you don't sneak in. Every other approach, you get to sneak in, but this point, you have to break in. It's like you have a full assault just on you constantly. So once you get into the compound, that Phelim approach just causes it to where everybody in the compound already is expecting you to enter, so they're going to be shooting at you. So yeah, you basically have to just run through everything. At that point, it's pointless to even get cash or gold or paintings, because the moment that you get shot, you lose money. So best to just go in, get the keys, go in and get the primary target, and then go from there. That's about it. Move my second account around here. Just trying to get kicked. So anyway, let's see. So infiltration points, those are easy to cover or to get. Escape points, you just have to figure out some of the escape points, and some of the escape points are also discovered. Well, I should say entry points. Those are the ones that are discovered at the compound. So, like you could enter into the front through the double doors, but you have to have that big truck, or you could enter into the doors on the sides, but those require a key card or some sort of code to input into the door panel, and that gives you access in and out. But the other thing too is you need a grappling claw or hook that you could throw up on top of a part of the wall that has a area that's open for you to climb up, because apparently there's like a fence that's like has pikes on it, so you can't really climb up that. Or apparently, if you did, I guess logically you'd get hurt or something like that. But since there's a couple of places where you could throw that hook and just climb over the wall without touching the fencing, then you don't get hurt or whatever. So you just jump in, and that allows you to exit the compound too in that manner. So at this point, all we got to do for preps, you want to get your approach vehicle. Now that's going to be the Kasatka at this point, because if you want to get directly into the compound, you just want to take the Kasatka as your approach, and that requires getting the sonar box. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So you pretty much have to go into the submarine that is part of the prep. So you go into the sub, go through the guards. I guess they're Russians or whichever, or either way, or Merryweather. Yeah, I think they're Merryweather guards. So I'm thinking of Bogdan, but yeah, they're Merryweather guards. You gotta go through them. Gotta locate the sonar box that's either in the I want to say the very far back of the sub, where the munitions is, like the missiles. Then there's a spot where there's the generator room, where that will be, or I want to say, what do they call this? The command center. So on my second account, you can see my second account at Hobbs H0BZ Jones. Hobbs Jones. So on that account, you see that the characters are walking around by the spot where you get to drive the submarine. Yeah. So aside from that, so in that area, that what do you call it? Planning board will basically be where the sonar jammer is, and so on that note, we have equipment. Now, you only need 3 things in the equipment, and that is only the plasma cutter. Depending on if you're cutting the glass, there's a glass case in the sub-basement of El Rubio's compound that you have to get the primary target, and sometimes you have to either go through the safe or you'll go through the glass case. So the glass case requires using a plasma cutter. So then the next thing you need to do is get a fingerprint cloner and then the cutting torch. And after that, you need your weapon loadout. I personally like to just go with the aggressor because this helps take out the Juggernaut a lot easier. So, but that is really a preference. You don't actually have to do the suppressors thing. You could do that when you actually start the jobs or start the mission. So, just to show you what the sonar jammer box looks like, is right here. So that's what you're gonna wanna find that. And sometimes it'll be sitting right here, but inside of the other sub, not my sub, but the sub that you have to go locate, and that's the Merryweather submarine. You have to take out 3 boats and a helicopter to get to the water. Preferably, it's best if you do that with the Sparrow, or some sort of helicopter that you could use to get from here to the location, and then you just find you a good spot to land. And you could either snipe, or you could either use the missiles that are on the Sparrow. So, aside from that, let's get into the IIIIKA itself. Now, I already sent a friend, or like a request or an invite to the CEO, to my other character. She joined, so we're good. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do it that way. Like, you could go into the job and then send the invite, but it's best if the character is just right there with you. I don't know. You could do it whichever way, but there's that way where a friend could just join up on it. But now when it comes down to it, if you're doing this with just two people, back to back, whatever, I'm just gonna go and say back to back, because like you could basically do the setups, and it's simple. When you want to do this with another friend, basically you want to give your friend the 85% of the cut. You are the host. Your friend will get the 85% of the cut. They'll get the most of the money. Then when the mission is completely over, your friend is going to run it back for you and give you the 85% of the cut. So they'll be the host. So I don't have to necessarily go over that right now, more than I already have, but basically we'll get into this. And we'll show how to set up the board. I just gotta load up here. Okay, so my other account, I'm just gonna hit X, and she's gonna ready up. So I like to play with the female characters. It is what it is. But yeah, I have a male character on this account too, but I don't really use it. I don't know. The females are just cool. But yeah. So go to approach vehicle. You want that to be your Kasatka, obviously. Funny thing about the name Kasatka is a Slavic or Russian word for killer whale, but it's also used as a slang word to define a very large woman. So, approach vehicle will be your Kasatka, your drainage tunnel will be your drainage, or actually your infiltration point will be your drainage tunnel, because that's where you want to go to. That's where you want to start, and it'll take you far back a bit, but all you got to do is just swim straight, and then bam, you're right there with the entrance to the drainage tunnel. Compound entry, again, drainage tunnel. So now this escape points doesn't really matter because you're just going to swim, and I'm going to show that there's going to be a set of whale bones that we'll go to, and we'll show where that's at. So yeah, that's just my preference on getting off the island a lot quicker, or getting the job done. So now, when we were talking about suppressors, you don't have to go into the setups to get the suppressors. All you have to do is come in here and press X 2 times, and then you'll have the suppressors. So it's just simpler. So now here, I'm going to just set up this as 15% for me. I'll get 15% of the cut. My character will get 85% of the cut. And then we'll start. So I'm going to let this go down to 30 seconds, and then we'll start the both of us. Just to make sure that there's no lag or anything. Because sometimes when you're doing this, sometimes there's like a lag or kind of glitches or whichever. It's hard to say. Sometimes it just happens. It's Rockstar's servers that might not just load up properly. But yeah. Also keep in mind, do not start this mission while wearing quad lenses, like thermal goggles, because that really can glitch you. It'll glitch you in this mission to the point where you cannot. Sometimes you can't even get into the compound, and then sometimes when that happens, you cannot exit the compound, because once you go to get the primary target, it'll be on the outside of the compound and not in the sub-basement. which is terrible because then you have to really start all over. I mean, I would just close that at that point and then, you know, clear caches and then come back, try it again, but take off that thermal goggles. Take those thermal goggles off. Change your account or your character. Change your character's outfit. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a little jumbled here. Oh dear.
Alright, see you in maintenance room.
Usually I'm a lot better at swimming than there. I'm a little distracted here. Come on, get in there. Alright. Okay, get the other account. She's got a swim in there too. Okay, make sure that she's right in front of the grate. So, okay, now we just go like this. So you could just go left, right, however you want to go, however you want to do it to open this. It's just faster this way, I think. Now let's get that one. And it's just going up fully on the analog stick, or left fully on the analog stick, or up, down, whatever.
Perfect. As we say in Navy, you want the element of surprise? Choose least hygienic option. Now, enjoy your
So once you get this this prompt, press right on the D-pad, and voila, we'll begin our entrance to the compound. So when I get in there, I'm gonna let the second account just stand there. She don't have to do anything at this moment till I go and need to open doors. So she'll just stand there for a moment.
Judging from the lack of terrifying screams, I will
Since you
assume
have
you made it through the uncharted tunnel and into the
suppressors, that's good to go. They'll hear you a lot less. I like to go this direction. And I wait for the Juggernaut to pass the surveillance camera for just the best I can get him to do this. I want to make sure I can get to him before he passes the stairs, or at least by the time he gets to the stairs, because then at that point I'm just going to shoot him 4 or 5 times. That gets him good. I'll let my other account go and grab the gate key, or the key card. I'm gonna run over here, kind of hide right here. Yeah, let's see, take that out of there. Put that away. I'm on my second account, running up the stairs. Okay, I'm gonna pause on her real quick and run up here. And tag this guy in the back of the head here. It's like, really, the only guards that you really need to get, and it just depends on where the key cards are located. You don't really need to get every single guard. I'd say just follow along with what guards I do take out, and those are the only ones I need to. Ever at all, really. Okay, so I'm gonna stand right here. Grab my other character and make her go grab that key card and stand her in front of the door. Just so when we go and open up the door to grab the gold. So she'll stand right there. Okay, this guard in particular, back on the main account here. This guard, just pop him in the head.
There will be many locked doors in Mr. Rubio's house. Worth looking for
Then
keys,
we'll
I
go
think.
upstairs, grab the other key card. Sometimes this guard will walk down the stairs, and sometimes he'll just stay standing up there looking out the gate fencing, or whatever you want to call that, grates or whatever. So yeah, he'll just stand right here looking out, like he doesn't really see you. Or at least you're not in his line of vision, line of sight. So there aren't too many cameras that you really need to take out, but again, depends on where your cache or where your gold is located. I recommend and keep this in mind, I recommend that you only get gold if you have gold in your setups. So make sure that you get at least 3 piles of gold, because 3 piles of gold will help 2 people to get
You must enter them at the same time.
their bags will equally be filled on just those 3 bags, or 3 piles of gold. It's really all you need. And you'll notice behind me there's a painting. That painting is a lot less than probably, I don't know, like the Coke. And then there's the gold. The gold is the highest, so cash is the lowest, and the marijuana, then the painting, and then the Coke, and then the gold. So the best thing for you to get is the gold. Alright, so we're gonna go into this door. I suppose I could have had my second account already running over here. But yeah. This is basically to show how I'm doing this on 2 different accounts, but just there we go. Okay, so I usually get my main account to get the gold first. That way my second account will get the gold last while I'm opening up the gate for the primary target. And then there's this gate that we gotta go through here since we're on hard difficulty. This will require 2 fingerprints, so we'll go through that right now. A lot of people have a hard time with this. I don't see why, but I mean, it's simple. All you have to do is start from the top, work your way down, try to match it up to the best of your ability with the way that the second picture on the right looks, and then you're good to go. So you'll know that that's all you gotta do. Sometimes you get 4 of them, sometimes you get 5. Just depends. But yeah, just start from the top, work your way down. So we'll run in here, on the keypad, and this door, this gate. Bleep, 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 bleep. And so the second account, she'll just run over there, grab that gold, and as that character's grabbing the gold, I'll open up this. Now, here's an important thing to keep in mind too. My second account, while you're watching the main account, you could probably go over to the second account and just watch that the second account is going to go up the stairs before I grab the primary target. And the reason for this is because there's a white car that's by the double doors that you exit out of. Well, that white Fiat or Cabra, or what do they call that? The Brioso 300. Anyway, that car, there's a guard that spawns in, and that guard only spawns in really when you have grabbed the primary target. So when my second character goes over by the double doors and stands by those doors, that guard will not spawn in. So you could go through it and not have to worry about extra guards, basically. So this is just a fast way to avoid all these guards, I guess.
So, a statue of a panther made from gemstones. I will predict now. When you come to sell this, my mother-in-law will be first in the line. It looks like they have sealed off the drainage pipe you used to get in here. You will have to
So
find
there's a guard
another
over
way
there, but
out.
a guard usually stands right here. But since that character is standing right there, that account, second account, that guard ain't gonna spawn there. So we're good to escape. And that's all we had to do. So now I'm gonna walk out, we're gonna run to a Jeep, And I'm going to pick up my second account. We're going to drive off over to an area where I go to. I'll show you. And that will lead us over to these 3 water mines. And those 3 water mines are basically the general area where this set of whale bones is located. So I'll show you that too. But after that, I'm going to in the broadcast on the main account, and I'll let the broadcast keep going for a little bit on the second account, and I'll go on there and discuss a couple of things, but then after that I'll end the live. So thank you for watching. We're gonna walk up here, or I mean we're gonna drive up here. I remember back in the day we used to have to run, I should say. Yeah, that was crazy. Who knew you could get up here a lot quicker with a vehicle? It defeats the purpose of, like, I mean, swimming around this entire thing just to escape. It really defeats the purpose when you can just get a Jeep. And then I just go to right here, and I drop down to this rock, and climb out of the cab. I'll use my second account, and she's basically, I call her Green Team, and then my main account I call Blue Team, so it just helps me to determine which one's gonna do what, you know, which one's the host. Yeah, let's just put it that way. So the Blue Team is the host, Green Team is the receiver of the 85% of the cut. So now on the second account, you notice that she just swam past like the second water mine, and now she's right there at the whale bones. So I'll use this main account. I'll swim to the whale bones, and as I swim to the whale bones, then I'll show you that. So yeah, that character's already saying, wait for your team to escape the island. Once I cross through these 2 water mines and get towards the other water mine and the whale bones, then yeah, we'll be pretty much done. And all we gotta do is get the envelope from the fence, and we're done. So yeah, here's these whale bones. But yeah, thank you for watching, and this is pretty much how you do the Cayo Perico. It's pretty simple. So, and go on to the second account, and you'll see more to it, I guess. I'll discuss more thends over there. So I'm gonna end the broadcast. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.